Welcome to today's YouTube video. We are going to do some active back and shoulder stretching. So for this video, you are going to need a band. Now the thicker band, the better, because we are just going to use it to bring our arms up and over. So sometimes the little bands actually stretch too much. So you do want one that's got a little bit of tightness. And we're also going to need to use a yoga mat just because we're laying on our stomach. So this lesson is great for anyone that wants to improve their back and shoulder flexibility, for any tricks on and off the pole, for back bends, all that sort of thing. So make sure you have some water nearby as well, and let's get into it. This exercise that we're about to do is going to strengthen our posterior chain, so that is our back, and we're going to start by doing a couple different variations in a position lying on the ground. So I call these Superman chest lifts and Superman leg lifts, starting by lying all the way on the ground. The first level is bringing our hands right next to us. It's the easiest level. If you're having issues with your back, you can also use your hands to help push you up. The second level is keeping your hands up next to you, and then the last level is keeping your arms up straight. Now the straight one is something that you might need to work up towards because it can be quite difficult and it can put a bit of a strain on your lower back. So let's just start by doing the medium level, and then if you need to progress it or regress it, that's totally fine. So we're going to start by having our hands here, and then as you come up, you want to squeeze your butt and try and lift your head and your arms up nice and high. So as we come up, we're trying to almost hold for a second as we come down. So thinking about lengthening your neck as you do that as well, and keeping your feet on the ground. So we're going to do this together, and we're going to do 10. And here we go, up. 1, 2, 3. Keep squeezing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. From now we're going to use our legs. We're going to keep our hands on the ground. Now you can keep your head off the ground or on the ground, and we're going to lift our legs up, making sure that we don't bend our legs or flex our toes, and lifting up for 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and go as high as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. All right, we're going to do our arms and our legs at the same time. So arms up here, and we're going to go up in one go, all at the same time. All right, let's do it together. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and then we're going to push back, just gently round out the back and pushing the arms forward, and just hold that stretch. If you wanted to with this one, you could also put leg weights on the ankles, or you could put some wrist weights on as well if it's not hard enough. So I want you to just pause this and then do that whole sequence 2 more times. Alrighty, this next one we're going to do, we are going to use our band. So you want something that has a little bit of stretch in it for sure. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can use a towel. What we're going to be doing is, they're called shoulder dislocates. So it does sound very dramatic, but it's not that dramatic. We're working on the rotation of the shoulder. So starting out nice and wide, I'm just going to turn side on so you can see me. When we lift our arms up and over, we're going to try and bring them up as high as we can, making sure that the arms stay straight and they're evenly coming up and over, and then we're not bending one at a time to get it around. Yeah, so firstly, just test where you're at. Now you can do this sitting on your knees, you can do it sitting on your bum, or even standing up. If you can do it facing a mirror, that is even better. But let's grab our band. I'm going to go side onto you, and we're going to lift up, making sure we're coming back and down. We're going to do 10 of these, so that's a 1. Nice and slow too, don't rush it. Deep breaths. making sure the arms stay straight. Good. That's 2. Breathe and around. That's 3. Now, if you are having trouble with this speed, feel free to go a lot slower, but try not to speed it up too much. That's 4. And over, that's 5. 6. Good, keep breathing, keep that chest nice and open. 7. Good. 8. 2 more, guys, you can do it. Good. 9, and last one, make sure the wrists stay nice and solid, arms straight. And 10, good. Give your arms a little bit of a shake out. You're probably starting to feel nice and warm through that shoulder. So what I want you to do now is pause this video and grab your band again. Try and bring your hands slightly closer, but only as close as you can that you can keep your arms straight and your wrists in line. So we don't want our wrists to go sideways like this, and we don't want it to go front and back. So do that 2 more times and try and get a little bit closer each time. Alrighty, now that we have done our shoulder dislocates and our Supermans, we are going to join these 2 exercises together. So you're going to use the band and we're going to do the shoulder rotation while we're on the ground. So I'll show you and explain first. What I want you to do is lie on the ground, and this time our arms are going to be straight the whole time. So it might be a little bit more difficult. We're going to lift up, and it's really, really important that you don't lift your head up first. We're going to lift our arms up and then our head and back up. Then the arms are going to come up and over with straight arms to try and touch the band to your bum, and then come back, stop at the top, and then lower everything together. So what I don't want to see is coming up here and then throwing your arms over and then dropping before we come down. We want to come down nice and easy at the same time. All right, for this one, guys, we're only going to do 8. So arms up, so lifting up and then rotating back and down. Good. That was 1. That's 2. Deep breaths. 3. 4, 5, almost done. Try and get up a higher each time. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Push yourself back. Give yourself a little stretch in your back. And grab a quick drink, and then again, like the other ones, I want you guys to do this 2 more times, trying to lift that chest higher and higher each time. This one, if your feet come off the ground, that is okay. We're just working on trying to lift that chest up, and if the feet come off, then it's going to be a little bit harder to lift the chest up. Alrighty, for our last exercise, we are going to do some shoulder flexion. So similar to the moves that we've been doing, but we're really going to put our shoulders through the end range. And I'm going to use a pole. So you can use a wall if you want, or something that's stable, but I'm going to use a pole. And if you only have a pole and no wall space, you can do this too. So what we're going to do to start with, because our pole is very small, we're going to have one hand in front, one hand behind. If you do want to sort of have one hand either side, you can, but we are going to be pushing into the pole. So you want to grab the pole, take your feet out a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then we're going to start pressing our chest down. Now, if this is starting to feel uncomfortable for your hamstrings, you can just bend your knees like this. We're not working on a hamstring stretch, we're just working on a stretch through our shoulders. You might find that when one hand is on top, it's a little bit tighter than the other. That might just be because of some inconsistencies in your flexibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to press our chest down, making sure our tailbone is tucked under. So we don't want to open out like this, we want to tuck it under. So we're just gonna hold it to start with and get into a comfortable position, feeling like that someone is pulling you down to the ground through a string coming through your chest. And we're just going to hold. If you're against the wall, you can have your fingers out and press your fingers into the wall as well. And just breathe. We're just getting our body used to this position first. That's it. Keep holding, guys. What we're going to do next is we're going to push our wrists into the wall or the pole, and we're going to engage our arms. So we'd really just, it's a very small movement, we're just going to turn them on so that you're kind of resisting, yeah? So we're going to do that all together and push and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big deep breath as you breathe out, relax and try and press your chest down a little bit closer to the floor. Breathe. Good. If it's too much, just come up a little bit, but try not to come out of it. This might feel a little bit tingly for your fingers as well. And again, let's push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big deep breath. As you breathe out, relax and press that chest down a bit. If your neck is sore, just look up towards the wall or the pole a little bit. Good. We're going to do one more and go. Push 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Big deep breath. As you breathe out, we're going to relax, and this time we're going to arch our bum back. So we're really trying to send our chest as far as we can to the ground. If you need to readjust your hands, that's totally fine. Breathe. Good. Hold for another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly coming up. Your arms might feel a little bit like jelly, so bring them out to the side. Do some small circles forward and some small circles backwards, and just shake them out. So now what I want you to do, have a quick break, and I want you to do that 3 more times. So take note of which hand you had on top. We're going to switch the hand that's on top, and then you're going to repeat that again. Yeah? So we've just done one hand on top, you're going to switch it, and then you're going to do it 2 more times after that. Yeah? Make sure you have a break in between each time. Give your shoulders a little bit of a rest in a circle, and shake them out a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. I hope you had a really great stretch with me today. Please make sure you send us a message if you're confused about anything, and tag us in all your flexi photos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well to see some more amazing content we have for you. Thanks, guys.